Muchachos y muchachas. Okay, so right now in this unprecedented area in history, after being so divided from, I'll say, pushed agendas from certain places, not to say where, but you guys get it. It seems to be that we're starting to come together for different causes that we actually agree on. Like, for instance, in New York City, there are thousands of people protesting right now for the right to choose their own course of life, to make their own decisions in life. And without going into so much detail, I gather that you guys know what I'm talking about. I think another subject that is very agreed upon and could possibly bridge the gap a lot more is that, hey, human exploitation is bad, child exploitation bad, labor exploitation bad. And there seems to be somebody in the sports arena now taking a stand. Ironically, sports stars are endorsed. They get deals. They get money from all of these corporations, and including these shoe companies that ironically have that going on. 𝐸𝐫 𝐿𝐵𝐻 is starting to take a stand. He plays for the Celtics. Stay right there. We're going to go through it. Surveys show women see an 8-year gap between how they look and feel. 66% of women also said their quality of life would rise if they would look younger. Our confidence is tied to our looks. Changing how young or old we look, however, isn't easy. The secret is Bright with Natly. After routinely using this amazing face cream, users report miraculous anti-aging effects taking place. When I routinely used it, my dark spots vanished. Bright with Natly is unlike any anti-aging cream I've ever tried. I highly recommend Bright with Natly. Get it for 50% off, but only by ordering today. Go to brightwithnatly.com or click the link below to order. All right, so let's get into it. As you guys know, this is the cause. This is the cause that I fight for as my life's purpose. This is a very important subject to me, and it just makes me very, very excited that it's hitting the mainstream and that people with affluence and influence are actually using that and leveraging that to send an important message. As you guys know, as I stated in my intro, sports stars, they get these big, lofty endorsements from Nike and, all these other companies that, are ironic to the causes that they so shout that they support. But how about human exploitation, labor exploitation? Well, Celtic's 𝐸𝐫 𝐿𝐵𝐻 is starting to speak up about it, and he torches Nike for remaining silent on China's slave labor. This is very important. Boston Celtics 𝐸𝐫 𝐿𝐵𝐻 continued his campaign lambasting China on Monday, and this time he called out Nike for refusing to speak out against the country's use of slave labor and other injustices. He even suggested that slave labor was involved in making Nike products. In a video posted to Twitter, which we will go to account on Monday, 𝐸𝐿𝐵𝐻 began by giving Nike credit for speaking out against injustices in the United States before ripping the company for not doing the same thing against injustices in China. And we'll just go straight to that, to his video. But, just to give you guys a little bit of background on China. So there are a lot of things going on in China. I mean, there's so many to even name out, but I think at high priority, what we're talking about here is, there are slave shops. There are, some child exploitation problems there too, where these shops could utilize child labor. Even forced labor, the Uyghurs, for instance, are a group that nobody is talking about. There's only so much that people can talk about because it's so concealed. Last year, there was some transparency to what is going on with the Uyghurs, and that's when they were actually spotted, or there was a drone leaked footage where they were getting off of trains, just like the Holocaust. They were all wearing prison outfits, purple prison outfits, shaved heads, and they were forced to kneel all together, which gave you some sort of, reminiscence to the Holocaust. It is a modern day Holocaust going on. So with that being said, it is suspected that, and I'm not going to nail it down and concretely say that they do the slave labor for Nike, but it is suspected and alleged that it could be that the Uyghurs are working in some sort of forced labor fashion for who knows who. You know, it could be for clothes, for shoes. Now, let's take you straight to this tweet. And it's Cantor. He has this right here. He posted this 6 hours ago. The owner of Nike, Phil Knight, how about I book plane tickets for us and let's fly to China together? We can try to visit these slave labor camps and you can see it for your own eyes. And then he snatches a wig of LeBron James and I believe, who is this? I don't know. Sorry. I don't know who this is. Michael Jordan, perhaps? Yeah, Michael Jordan. Okay. And Michael Jordan, you guys are welcome to come too. Basically, you know, calling out their hypocrisy. Oops, let's go back. Basically pointing out their hypocrisy. You know, how dare you, you know, ironically, you're coming out here and trying to, you know, lambast other people, lambast little people, you know, people who are just trying to do their jobs and all that. But yet they're not calling out true actual crimes of humanity actually transpiring in front of our eyes. So these are the sneakers that he posted a picture of. Whoops, get out of my face. These are the pictures that he posted a picture of. Sneakers. So you can see like there's blood splatter and then it says hypocrite Nike, made with slave labor, modern day slavery. And he wore those on the court. Now let's take a look at the video he actually made because this one is very important. All right, let's go back. Let's play it.
Dear Nike, your company says that you are making a positive impact in our communities. And that is true. Yes, you are. Here in the United States, Nike stands with the Black Lives Matter. Nike stands with Stop Asian Hate. Nike stands with the Latino community. And Nike stands with the LGBTQ community. And Nike remains vocal about injustice here in America. But when it comes to China, Nike remains silent. You do not address police brutality in China. You do not speak about discrimination against the LGBTQ community. You do not say a word about the oppression of minorities in China. You are scared to speak up. Who makes your shoes in China? Do you even know? There are so many forced labor factories in China. For instance, Uyghur forced labor in modern day slavery, and it is happening right now in China. Millions of Uyghurs are currently detained, sold, and assigned to work at forced labor camps, prisons, and factories across the country. They are under constant surveillance with long working hours and poor living conditions. They are subject to political re-education. They have no freedom of expression, no freedom of religion, and they are not even able to leave. Did you know that almost the entire apparel and footwear industry is tainted by Uyghur forced labor? Many well-known global brands are implicated, and yes, that includes one of the NBA's biggest sponsors, Nike. Nike claims that they do not allow any forced labor in their supply chains, yet they don't have the receipt to prove it. They have not publicly committed to cutting ties with the Chinese government's labor transfer scheme. They have not provided clear timelines or updates about their efforts to end this. They have not publicly committed to the steps outlined by the coalition to end Uyghur forced labor. Don't forget, every time you put those shoes on your feet or you put that t-shirt on your back, there are so many tears and so much oppression and so much blood behind it all. Nike likes to say, just do it. Well, what are you doing about the slave labor that makes your shoes? That slave labor that makes you rich? To the owner of Nike, Phil Knight, I have a message for you. How about I book a plane tickets for us? Let's fly to China together. We can try to visit these slave labor camps, and you can see it with your own eyes. LeBron James and Michael Jordan, you guys are welcome to come too. Nike must be a participant in this. Stop with hypocrisy. Stop the modern day slavery now.
Amen. I mean, what a message, guys. This really made my night after, just seeing so much injustice in the world and seeing such a small class of people control, the very existence of a lot, This really made my night, and I'm so supportive of this. This is definitely a cause that my heart is so for. There's so many facets to human exploitation, to trafficking that we don't even understand. We can't even fathom everything yet, but together we can fight this. Look, I currently am embarking on Counter-Trafficking Alliance. Again, this is something that I just started last week. How is this all a coincidence? I just started this. We are already starting to alliance with organizations that are outreaching towards this, and they believe in the cause. They know what the need is, and they have even agreed with me. Yes, this is what we need. We need organization. We're working in silos. We don't know who needs what. This is amazing. So organizations know that this is needed. It's a backbone. Go sign up, countertraffickingalliance.com. There's a volunteer form. Go volunteer. And by the way, if you guys did fill out a volunteer form in the past, please go resubmit another one. We had to cancel a prior vendor because there was just too much technical involvement, and it was just not working out. So we had to start over with a new form vendor, but now it is working. Please go sign up. If you already sent or submitted a volunteer form, unfortunately, you're going to have to do it again. So please go submit a volunteer form in your own area, wherever you are, no matter where you are. We want to make this a big thing. We're going to put a lot more, eyes and accountability on the injustices around the world, and this is going to happen. I mean, this cannot be a coincidence. This is totally like God-led, and it's been on my heart. So guys, make it happen. Volunteer. You'll never know until you jump in. Countertraffickingalliance.com. And with that, I'm going to leave you guys. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, subscribing. And, let's put more effort in putting eyes on these atrocities in the world. And let's end it. Let's be the generation to end it. You guys have a great night. You rock. Like, share, subscribe, push the bell button. Tell somebody about this channel. I will catch you guys in the next video. Muchachos y muchachas, I hope you enjoyed that video. There are a lot more videos like that and more on my new platform, natlydenise.tv, where you can also catch some of my old documentaries that you guys loved so much last year. That plus more. I just launched a new membership, Natly Denise Exclusives, in which we'll host new content, very exclusive content, some of which is based and unpopular with the mainstream, so therefore it has to be hosted there. Please consider signing up at natlydenise.tv. Also, please remember that I have a merch store, natlyDeniseGear.com, which is also linked in my description below, in which a portion of every single sale will go towards human trafficking rescue and aftercare. Thank you guys so much for your support. See you later.